Happy Tuesday out there, Team 42. It's your skipper here, Darius Dale, to present our macro minute for Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Starting with asset markets, we have stocks up this morning, commodities up, crypto up. If all three of those are up, you can bet your bottom dollar that the dollar is down, and that is the case this morning. Global bond yields mixed with U.S. yields down and global yields up. Market moving headlines. So more fiscal equals more headaches. I believe it was the great philosopher, notorious BIG, that said more money, more problems. And that is exactly the case in this inflationary regime we're living in. So tax the rich. That's the suggestion of ECB's chief economist, Philip Lane, for governments wishing to support vulnerable groups without fueling further inflation. They could target high earners in industries and companies that are, quote unquote, highly profitable despite the energy shock, he told their standards. So very clearly seeing sort of governments really taking the baton from central banks to try to create some of the economic outcomes, or the desired economic outcomes that they've sort of really left central banks to kind of put it on their plate over the last kind of 12 years to engineer. We're seeing, a lot of governments worldwide, including obviously the UK, really moving in the direction of supporting consumers and businesses with the fiscal, with the government balance sheets, and that's obviously weighing on global bonds, bond prices, yields up in that scenario. Shifting gears, no gas, no problem, ... until next winter. So Germany suspects the Nord Stream pipeline that transports Russian gas to Europe was sabotage. The evidence points to a violent act rather than a technical issue, a security official said. In response to pipeline leaks in the Baltic Sea, Denmark is tightening security around energy assets. It is the clearest signal yet Europe will have to survive this winter without any significant Russian gas flows. And then lastly, we got a busy week of economic updates. So on Tuesday, we got conference boards, consumer confidence index, and then Fed Chair Jerome Powell and Chicago Fed President Charles Evans speak at events. On Wednesday, we have San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly, Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic, and Chicago Fed President speaking at events alongside the ECB President Christine Lagarde. On Thursday, a lot of economic data. So we'll get the Eurozone economic confidence, Germany CPI, U.S. jobless claims and GDP, and the Fed's Cleveland Fed's Roberta Mester and San Francisco Fed's Mary Daly speak at events on Thursday. And then last on Friday, Chinese PMI, the official PMI, Eurozone CPI, unemployment, you got US PCE, both spending income, as well as the inflation data, core PCE, most importantly, and then the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, the final reading there. And then lastly, Fed's Lael Brainerd and John Williams are speaking at events as well. Big movers today, big risk on days, you might imagine. Bitcoin up 6% to up 1% month over month. Ethereum up 5% to down 6% month over month. It's been underperforming ever since investors got sucked into chasing the merge and puked on the other side of that. And then lastly, 2-year treasury yields minus 9 basis points to 4.25%. It's up 86 basis points month over month. Shifting gears to our risk management in terms of our volatility, adjusted momentum signals and probable ranges. Got the US dollar, that's bullish FAMs here. It's overbought. Gold bearish FAMs, not quite in the middle of the range there, about 1.6% downside, set 4% upside. 10-year nominal treasury yield bullish FAMs, that's overbought. High yield credit spreads bullish FAMs, that's overbought. S&P 500 bearish FAMs got about 1.6% downside, 6.9% upside. VIX neutral FAMs mostly overbought, only about 3% upside to the upper boundary of the probable range. NASDAQ bearish FAMs got about 3% downside, 7% upside. Russell 2000 bearish FAMs got about 1% downside, 9% upside. Bitcoin bearish FAMs only about 1% of upside here. So a lot of the move you would expect to see in equities is already really moving in the crypto space here. Bearish FAMs, Ethereum about 7% upside versus 17% downside. Shanghai Composite neutral VAMs, that's oversold. WTI Crudo neutral VAMs, that's nearly oversold, about 3% downside, 18% upside. And then lastly, Ag bearish VAMs, middle of the range. Industrial metals bearish VAMs, oversold. So with that, Darius Dale presenting our macro minute for Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Best of luck out there today. Cheers.